Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a little bit of diamond painting. So the diamond painting that I'm going to be completing is from VictoriasMoon.co.uk. This is not a sponsored video, but they did send me one to try out and also gave me a discount code for you guys to use if you want to, that is. I see that they have quite a lot of different kits for you to use and also tools and stuff like that, but the kind of one that I wanted to do today was a custom one. As you guys painfully know, I am an artist and I make a lot of art, and today I wanted to try and do a diamond painting, a massive diamond painting of my own art. I just really love seeing my own creations converted into a different form of media, and that includes diamond painting. I've done this once before in my channel with one of my cat artworks, and that was super fun. So this time I decided to get a really big one. This one's like 50 by 70 centimeters. It is completely huge. Now I can see that they were nice enough to include this little pen here, which I saw on their website earlier. Now the first thing I noticed was this massive bag of black drills. This is huge. Now I knew that there was quite a lot of black in the design that I chose, but damn, look at that big bag. And here is the little tray and tools as well that they include in all of the kits, including the little pen as well as tweezers and wax. And look at all the pretty colors of diamonds slash drills, as people call them. The colors are really nice looking, and I look forward to making an artwork with them. Now that I've looked at everything, let's put all of this away and set up our workspace. I really underestimated the size of this. It is massive, like it barely fits on my desk. I have no idea how long this is going to take me. I feel like it's going to take me quite a while, so you know, let's just dive right into it. Now my preferred method on starting is to get an X-Acto knife or a craft knife and to just cut off a nice patch or a square of the protective paper over the top of the sticky surface. That way basically you've only got this small section to fill to begin, and you don't end up like getting stuff stuck to the sticky surface in as opposed to peeling off all of the paper. And I started off with the purple drills first because that was the main color for this section. And yeah, I just used the multi-tool, which was definitely a godsend, especially with a diamond kit as big as this one. It is so huge. I can't stop talking about it. But I just kept going, and I really liked the sections that had a lot of the same color, because that was really easy for someone who is lazy like me. Now it's time to move on to the black, because that is the second most color on this page here. And I just used the small tray to scoop out the amount of drills that I wanted and then poured them into my larger tray. Now this tray here I actually have from a previous kit that I've used, but I really like this big tray here because it is a lot more convenient to use, especially if you have a large diamond painting. So if you want to get some tools for yourself, definitely include one of those big trays because it's just really convenient to use. After this, I moved on to pink and red and white and a little bit of grey as well, and then I moved on to the next section, which I trimmed off. Now as you can see, there are still a few leftover colours that I haven't added yet, but I felt like it would be easier to fill in those tiny little colours on a larger section instead of having to switch colours constantly for like 2 or 3 colours. Now one thing I found interesting was some kits that you can get from like different suppliers have this sort of more papery, opaque sort of covering over your design, and some have like a clear plastic, and honestly I kind of prefer this kind where it is like a paper, because once you cut off your sections it's a lot easier to see your workspace, like where you're working as well. Also, it is more of a surprise when you finish finish off the design and you can finally see the complete design, as opposed to like already seeing it because it has a clear covering over it. That's just something that I thought to mention. So now that I'm moving on to larger and larger sections, as you can see here, you can really start to see what design I have chose. And I definitely have chose a dragon because I absolutely love all of my dragon artworks. And I actually drew this in a previous video a little while ago. Actually, I can't remember how long ago it was, but it was a fair bit, and I did this design with Copic markers. So if you want to go check that out as well, I'll leave a link in the description and probably a card on the screen if I can remember. Yeah, and this design is actually my gemstone dragon. It was one of my favorite sort of creature design kind of videos that I did, and I really love the way that I gave it like spikes coming out of its back instead of wings. It just looks so cool, and I love the colors that I chose too because it is so colorful, but it also has a lot of like small details and like soft transitions in the white as well. It's not just pure white for the body. You have little patches of like slightly bluer white and then like a more like a yellowy off white, and it makes the body of the dragon, which is like this white color, sort of more colorful, more iridescent, which is quite fitting for a creature made out of gemstones. I really like my creature design artworks. I think they are really fun. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do more of them, because I definitely want to. So I want to talk a little bit about how long this kit took me to make, because I definitely underestimated it. Personally, when I started, I thought maybe if I'm lucky and really careful, I could probably get it done in a week. And I worked on that like all day, every day for a whole week. Without the weekends, obviously, because I don't want to overwork myself. But at the end of that week, I was about half done. So I knew if I just kept it up, I could probably get it done in 2 weeks. And I did, and I felt so accomplished at the end. So yeah, if you have no life like me, you can probably get this done in 2 weeks. But you know, if you have commitments and like things you need to do throughout the day and night, other than sleeping and eating, it will probably take you a bit longer. So as you can see, a lot of the clips that I have used in this video are sped up extremely fast, but I thought I'd show you a few clips here to show how quite slow it is. But honestly, I don't mind that it was a sort of like a long-term project. It took quite a long to do, but it was great because I didn't have to think too hard while doing it. I just popped on a live stream on Twitch or a YouTube video, and I just listened to it while I was working on it. And honestly, I love like work like that because you can really relax and just, you know, like take your mind off it and just, you know, work with your hands. And yeah, it's quite fun. It's a vibe, definitely. And I like them too because if you feel like maybe you don't feel really creative at the time, or maybe you don't feel like you're skilled enough to make an original artwork, or even if you just don't want to and you just want to, you know, like clear your mind, that kind of thing. These kits are really cool because you can just buy this kit and you don't need any like crazy skills to complete it. It's really quite easy and quite fun, but at the end you end up with this really cool sparkly like painting basically that you created yourself, and it's really cool. I like it. Definitely recommend it to people. So you remember how I said there was quite a lot of black in the design for this artwork that I chose? I'm actually really glad about that because honestly it made it made a lot of difference, because even though there was so many more black drills than any other color, they were actually the easiest ones to place, because I could just use this really wide multi-tool and it would grab quite a lot of drills, and then I could just place them one after the other. And the black was the easiest, even though it was most of the design. I filled that first in every section, and then afterwards I had to sort of concentrate a little bit more on the sort of intricate designs of the other colors, like say on this dragon's face. Now, as you can see, we are nearly done, and this was the last stretch. And honestly, once I got past the dragon's body, it was really quite smooth sailing from there, because of all of the black in the bottom half and the top half and the sides. And I had a lot of fun doing the spikes of the crystals as well. I loved how once I added all of the colors, because as you can see with the original design, each crystal has like little blends of different colors. It has maybe some reds and pinks, or maybe like yellows and greens in there, and I find it really satisfying seeing how those details sort of translate into the diamond painting kind of style, because it really is kind of like pixel art in a way, that it's like a grid and then you're filling in all of the little diamonds slash drills. Even though these are circles, it's still, I think it is kind of like pixel art to me, and I really love pixel art. I think it's really interesting to see how intricate sort of details are made with like a low resolution sort of like a pixel art style. I love it. And it was really interesting to see how the teeth of this dragon sort of translated, and at first you can't really see it. It's like there's little bits of red and orange in there, because in the original design it is quite small and intricate, and even though this is a really large diamond painting, there are still some little tiny designs which don't make sense until you finish it and you sort of stand back and look at a distance. As you can see now, the teeth make a lot more sense. It's really cool, because at first when you're adding in those details, you're like, why is orange here? Why is there green? But then you stand back and look at it like from across the room, and you're like, oh yeah, I understand why they did that. That looks pretty cool. And you start to see like little details which maybe you haven't noticed before, like all of the little grey cracks in the white part of the dragon's body. So now you can see we are nearly done here. I'm just filling off some little tiny sections. We have a few of the crystals, and I also have to just go over the whole piece, because there are a few that I hadn't placed, because there was just like one or two like colors in then one section and then one or two in the other section, so I just sort of left them to the end, and then I went over the whole piece just to make sure that every drill was placed. And honestly, this was so fun to complete. After that little bit of ASMR of me using the roller to push them all down hard into the canvas, we are done, and look at this final design. Doesn't he look glorious? This is the largest and probably the best diamond painting that I have completed today, and I had so much fun, and I didn't realize how satisfying it would be to see this up on my wall. It just looks so cool. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please check out the website if you're interested in buying a diamond painting for yourself, or if you're interested in getting a customized one of your own art, or maybe a photo of your family or something like that. Super cool. Check out the link in the description and the coupon code as well. And I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Please stay safe out there, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye everyone.